All right, so welcome back. In this video, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how a misaligned jaw can gradually cause the entirety of your body to be very severely thrown off, resulting in lots of chronic pain throughout the entirety of the body. It's a very overlooked cause of chronic pain, and it was, for me, a very overlooked cause for years and years and years. And here's another video just talking a little bit more about it, trying to spread awareness for this problem, because there's not a whole lot of it being talked about on the internet. So for like the 3 people that are watching this that relate to this issue, hopefully at least 3, here's some more of it. And I'm convinced that it does apply to many people, but to very marginally, very like, the severity of it's going to vary a lot. But the point, occlusion, malocclusion, crossbite, severe crossbite. With me specifically, the reason as to why it was so severe in my case over years, resulting in lots of dysfunction throughout and just not knowing what the hell was wrong with my body for so long. I hit my chin on pavement when I was like 10 years old, and then a couple years later, I got braces, and they did not take into account the way in which my jaw gradually became very dysfunctional, very asymmetrical. They didn't really bother with any of that. They said, all right, we're going to straighten your teeth, and that's it. That's what they were focused on. They didn't take the entirety of the jaw into account, let alone the body, and the way in which the misaligned jaw can gradually fuck up the body. And again, like the summary, I guess, would be when you have a crossbite, and I wore a permanent retainer on the lower teeth for years and years. I very recently got it taken off for this reason. Over time, lots of cranial torsion takes place. The occiputs back here, you get all fucked up. You know, a lot of tension over here, and you just like that, and then the neck does that, and then just throughout the entirety of the body, it becomes really fucked up. And it drove me insane for years. I could not figure out why my body was so dysfunctional, why it was so prone to injury, why I was in so much pain. Didn't know. All that time, it was the fucking orthodontist. The orthodontist fucked me pretty hard, but I don't want to get too off track. I don't want to talk about that too much. But the point is, the jaw and the teeth and the way in which they fit with one another, the way you chew over time because of the crossbite. If you have a very severe crossbite and it's been fixed in place by orthodontists did that to you, it can really fuck you up. So that's just like the public service announcement, I guess, for this video. You got to watch out for that. You got to make sure that if you're going to get braces, if you're going to get Invisalign, and you want to get it with someone who knows what they're doing, who takes into account the functionality of the jaw and the airways, like your nose and how you're breathing. Because I have a very deviated septum, and just they didn't take like any of that into account. And now my body's pretty fucked up, and hopefully I'm on the right track to getting it addressed. I'm getting an acrylic splint. I've gotten that molded, and I should be getting that in a little over a week. And hopefully that'll down-regulate the overactivation of the right side of the jaw, and that'll help over time. Hopefully they'll find like where my ideal bite should be, and then I'll probably end up getting I think maybe Invisalign at that point, and that'll straighten out the teeth along with like where my jaw wants to be positioned, because currently when I bite down, it's over there. My jaw is over there, and then this causes, so it's quite the ordeal, and I didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck it was all that time. But you got to watch out for that. The jaw and the functionality of it has a lot to do with the positioning of it, and it can cause lots of overactivation of muscles throughout the entirety of the body, resulting in lots of tension pulling on the joints, leading to internal rotation on one side of the body and then external rotation on the other side. Again, like the right side being very overactive, the muscles, and pulling on the joints into internal rotation, and the opposite with the left side. The joints on the left side become very unstable, and when it was at its very worst, it felt like my right shoulder was doing a whole lot of that, a lot of tension over here, and just fucking doing a whole lot of that. And then my left shoulder over here on this side, it felt like it was like falling off. It just didn't want to do its job in terms of how it was. Yeah, it was, and that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but it was bad. It was severe. It felt like that when it was really bad. And it was really bad for a while. And it was the orthodontist. I'm currently figuring out where he's located. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him for it. I'm just kidding.